Hey, welcome to the Small Money Big Dreams vlog. I'm your host, Mohammed Panam, and I'm going to give a quick investment strategy video, investment guide video, and I'm going to, refer to two different vehicles that I use to do my stock research. ShareBuilder.com, I use their stock screening. It allows you to control different factors and what you're going to invest in, or different criteria to consider. And I did a tutorial on using ShareBuilder for that, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm not going to go into depth with that, but you can use ShareBuilder Stock Screener or Stock Finder component to do some of your research. But I also like Google Finance. Google Finance allows you to add so many criteria to fit researching stock that you like, and I like that a lot because you can add certain extra factors outside of ShareBuilder with Google Finance, that you can add certain criteria to your stock search on Google Finance that you can't with ShareBuilder.com. So one of the things is dividend yields, and a lot of people have been contacting me. They appreciate that I point out the high dividend yield stocks of my stock picks of the week, and people were asking me, how can I find out which stocks are giving out the best dividends? And one of the criteria you can use in Google Finance is dividend yields, which obviously tells you of the stock, of a certain stock who's giving out the highest dividend yield. And not all dividend yields are created equal, because you can see a stock giving out a high dividend yield of, let's say, 50%, but if the stock is only $1, it's only giving out 50 cents, versus a huge stock who might have a 10% dividend yield, and that 10% dividend yield could be $2 if the stock is $20. So it's all relative to how much is the stock price. But I say use Google Finance, add the criteria. The criteria that I like to use is market cap. I tell you guys to stay on the safe side and invest in companies with a minimum of $2 billion or higher market cap. Volume that the stocks are trading at. I only consider stocks that are trading at $1 million or higher, because $1 million or higher shows that it's generating a buzz. A stock could be doing well, but if it's only trading like 100,000, it's just like it's unknown, and it could be unknown, and that could be a good thing for you, but it could also be a red flag. Sometimes certain investors and stockbrokers will trade a certain stocks just to generate its interest, but it may not necessarily be a market-wide opinion. It may be a specific group trying to generate a buzz. But when you have volumes in the millions, it's showing that several different people are showing interest in that stock, albeit whether it is to sell or to buy. It's showing several different, showing a large number of people are concentrating, or a large number of a large number of shares are being traded, which means that it's an active stock. And you want to get involved with active stock because you want to kind of see what's going on, whether it's optimism or pessimism. You still want to see that it's being broadly considered and not just by a small group. So market cap, volume, price earnings ratios is not created equal, which I said earlier in an earlier video. So you can't compare it from company to company. You have to compare it from companies within the same industry. But for the most part, I like PE ratios under 10 and under. But you also got to consider different companies, different industries offer different price earnings ratios. So relatively, you can expand out to 20 and 30, although I favor 10 and under. 20 and 30 is not bad. But once you consider a higher price earnings ratio, you have to also be like, I'm taking more of a risk. Is it worth it? Price to book, price to sales. I like to keep them as close to 1 as possible. But up to 5 or 10 is not as bad as well. But closer to 1 is the best. When you go high as 5 to 10, you got to also say, okay, I'm taking more of a risk. Is it worth it or not? Dividend yields. Dividend yields is another way of earning income through your equity investment, your stock investment. So, some of the stocks I put out there are paying $1 on a share, and like I said, 30 cents, 50 cents, dollar shares don't sound a lot, but as you start to accumulate a lot of shares, say in a stock that pays $1 and you have 100 shares, you may get $100 for the year on that stock, or if they're paying, biannually, you could get $200 on stocks. If they're paying quarterly, you could get $400 from owning 100 shares of those stocks. So, dividend yield is important because it affects the overall return on your investment and the value of your investment. So, those are the criteria that I look at, and I also tell you guys to look at the 5-year history. Now, what I look to see is in the last 5 years, because of what we've been going through the economy, how has the stock been doing? Has the stock been, 2005, 2000, it's 2010, so 2006, 2007, 2008, where was the stock at before the market really crashed? And now 2009, 2010, is it a value? Some of the stocks that I recommend before the market crashed, they was at $70, $80 a share, and now they're at 10 and 15. And you can look at it two ways. You can look at it, wow, the value of this company has went down. But if you still believe in the fundamentals of the company, then guess what? If the stock is at $10, $15 now, and it was $170, $80, once the market corrects itself, it can go back up to at least $30, $40, and then you can make money right there. So, 5-year history, check that out. Check out the last 3 months, the last year, see where it's going. Some of the stocks that I recommend are doing better now since the recession than before, which means when the economy gets better, it can shoot up even more. So consider all these things. I did say this video would be short, but once I start talking to you guys, the wheels start turning and I start thinking about different things to offer you guys. So definitely consider researching your stocks on sharebuilder.com, especially if you have an account with them, as well as Google Finance. Another beautiful thing about sharebuilder.com is it gives you stock grades on certain securities that is offered by TheStreet.com, and TheStreet.com is definitely one of the sites we give a thumbs up to as far as their market information, market research, and things they have to offer. So you'll see sometimes in my criteria of recommending a stock to you guys, I check out the fundamentals that I use to research stocks. And then, sometimes I'm on the fence, like, not sure if I like this industry, not sure I like its performance. And then I look to the more experienced investment gurus, investment information, which I definitely commend TheStreet.com. And I see TheStreet gave this stock a grade of hold, buy or sell. I eliminated some stocks when I'm on the wall about the stock, and then I see TheStreet says to sell. It confirms what I was feeling. Sometimes I'm on the wall about it and it says to hold, and I'm like, you know what? I was feeling about getting this stock. Maybe I should hold the stock. And sometimes I'm looking at a stock and I'm just like, it looks good, and then I see a buy and it makes me happy because you know what? The Street believes in what I believe as well. So review what I said in this video. If you have to take your time, press pause, write down what I'm saying, and approach your investment research that way. Once again, this is another edition of the Small Money Big Dreams vlog, and you know what? I recommend the feedback that I'm getting. People are telling me, wow, I've been watching your videos, I'm getting some information and stuff like that. Or people are telling me, you know what, just seeing the website up, and knowing that there's so many videos that I provide to get information, that they appreciate it. And you know what? We're a small family and we're growing, and I tell people, if you like what you hear, tell your friends to come check it out. And I'm just trying to build a family, build how I can help people. Thanks once again. Your host of Small Money, Big Dreams Vlog, Marvin Spanam, and I'm telling you guys to keep reaching for the top, and I see you at the top. Take care.